it, fizzing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and battles happen everywhere.
So hi guys, today we're going to do a review about the G20 320i Sport. Let's do it. Here is the new G20 320i Sport 2021 model year. Okay, so if you notice, right, this is the base entry level 3 Series in Malaysia in CKD assemble. This car is in sport body kit, okay, which means you don't have the aggressive fenders in the bumper. Okay, you have a very simple design. So this is what they call as sport line. This is not the base trim. We have the SE also. SE don't have this black color trims, okay, but this is the overall design. I love it. Okay, for base car with this body kit, it's really good looking, and of course this thing competes with the W205 C class. Okay, and if you notice this Y-shaped design, okay, this is the fog lamp, and this part is gloss black, so it's a really intricate design. And then we also have a functionality. So these are air intake. Okay, so it will just pass through the rims and then it generates some airflow into there. Okay, so this is a drag coefficiency matter. And the next thing you notice is these headlights. These are not laser lights, but they are one step lower than the laser light. So these are adaptive LED lights, and this light is exactly from the 330i. There's nothing much of differences. But if you notice the DRL, right, it's smaller than the laser light DRL. Okay, which quite look okay. But if they have the laser light DRL, it gives more premium look to the G20. Okay, that's my matter. And if you notice the internals, they are really good looking. Okay, and they are very functional as well. So moving to the grills, these are not standard grill. Obviously, in the standard grill you have a chrome here. This has been molded by the owner, and these grills, they are now more to a one piece of grill. Previously, when you look at the F30 generation, they make like a two-piece grill. They don't combine anything, but this time around they combine it, and they give a very appealing look to the car. And they have open and shut function. So the open and shut, which gives more airflow to the car, and if it needs cooling it will open, if it don't need cooling it will shut. So that also gives a drag coefficiency thing for this car. And moving to the front fender, this thing looks really good. Okay, and I don't know why there's a blank piece there, and this part is gloss black. Okay, I really love it. This whole thing is gloss black, and if you notice, this is a subtle lines that combines to it. If you buy the M Sport, you don't have this line. This line connects to the king of the headlights. Okay, this king, where does this thing came from? From the E46 generation. So this is a trademark of BMWs, but now they make it as a sharp line. They don't do any curve or whatever. Okay, you have lines in the hood which looks very clean, very subtle, and I love it. Okay, it's designation that runs into the car. And talking about the engine, the B48 2-liter turbocharged engine, which produces 184 horsepower, 300 Nm of torque. Okay, this thing, when you compare it with the C200 Avantgarde line, the 1.5 turbo, you have 20 Nm of torque less. 200 in 7.1 seconds, so this is quite fast for this car. Okay, and then the fuel consumption, this is the most fuel saving car. And let's go to some of the things that you guys should notice. Look at these covers. These are the wiper covers. This also for aerodynamic purpose. Okay, they covered that part. And the rims. Okay, my personal favorite is the rims. Okay, this is the best rims that they fitted for the CKD assembled 3 Series. No matter the 330i, the 330Li, but this is the best rims. This looks really good. This is 225/45 R18, 18 inches, so they are same diameter in size as the 330i. Okay, this is also wrapped in hand-cooked tires. Okay, very simple tires. And then if you notice, you can interchange the tires. Okay, because they are all in the same size. Unlike the C class that I reviewed that day, you have 225 and then 245 in the rear. Okay, so it is a more cost-saving thing. It's a more cost-saving option to be in. And moving to the lines, the subtle lines that connects it. This thing is very aggressive. It contributes to the look of the car. Okay, it just makes the car more stronger. And if you notice, there is another subtle line. This series, they don't want to make it. Instead, they make a very subtle line that goes into the car and sweeps in a very curving way. That also gives a designation of the car. This side mirrors, okay, they are from the 5 series, 7 series. They all share the same side mirrors. There's nothing much of differences. And then the window trims. Okay, these window trims, they are in BMW individual gloss black shadow line. Okay, these are standard. Because the sport body kit, you have a lot of gloss black trims, and they make it this gloss black. One of the good finest things there. And the Hofmeister King Class C BMW treatment is there. Okay, but this round they make it modern. They don't just let it as a Hofmeister King. They make this thing, this piece. Okay, this is an extended Hofmeister King, but they make it as smart as they can. Okay, because previously Hofmeister King was pan here, but now they make it as a part, which looks really good. And this part they have made frameless. Okay, so very good touch there. Hofmeister King has been there. Shark fin antenna. Okay, the rear part. Okay, and this brake calipers is all the standard BMW thing. And this lines again, it just becomes a triangular part, and then it ends in this tail light. Okay, so these are the tail lights. Okay, the tail lights, they are 3-dimensional. This is the new BMW's treatment lights, tail lights, because the X4, X5, X6, all BMW models now comes with these 3-dimensional lights. Okay, these lights, they are L-shaped. They are still maintain the traditionality of the BMW. Always, all BMW should have L-shape. So this part, they have been smoked this part and make it this bright. Okay, so this gives a more sporty look to the G20 320i. And moving to this part, this is an added spoiler. Okay, this is not standard in this car. And if you notice these lines, this just like a form like a spoilers. And yep, this is the lights. And then 320i badging here. Okay, beneath the light, BMW badge also. Okay, so now look at this. Just from the front, what they made it, they put the reflectors in this Y-shaped treatment, but they don't make that part open. Okay, because normally cars don't make that part open, but this thing looks really good in this car. Okay, very simple. There is no any diffusers, but they make it as simple as they can, which looks beautiful in my words. One side of exhaust tips. Okay, and then this part is gloss black. If you buy the SC in other markets, this part is chrome. Okay, which don't spot on in this car. Okay, so yes, that's only for the exterior. Comfort Access 2.0. Okay, so let me just briefly explain to you. Comfort Access 2.0 means that you can unlock your car from smartphone. Okay, so smartphone integration via BMW connected app. Okay, so not all smartphone will support this Comfort Access 2.0. Only certain phones that has higher capabilities that can support keyless entry via smartphone. This is a very good scenario, because mostly if you go outside, right, you somehow forget your keys, and then you somehow forget your cards or whatever. But if you bring your smartphone, because everywhere you need to use smartphone, no matter you go to any shops, no matter you go to a 99 speed mart, because you need to scan My Sujatra. Okay, that's what I mean. And then also we have this fingerprint sensor. Okay, and you can unlock via the key. So there's a lot of ways to access this car. And another part is, okay, this is the BMW Digital Key. Okay, so what does this thing do for you? Okay, if you go just like a hotel key card, just like a resident, like you're staying in a condo, you bring this card. This is how they implement their software. Okay, this is the new generation of keyless entry. This is a very good thing. Okay, and now I'm going to just demonstrate how we can do this. This is how it works. The mirrors go back, retract back. So yep. Now the most important part, interior. How does this thing look? Okay, quality. In terms of quality, it's really good. Okay, soft touch material, leather. This part is also soft touch, chrome. And then this ambient light. Okay, you have 6 colors ambient lighting. The speakers, 6 speakers only in this car. Okay, you don't have the hi-fi loud system, which from the 330i, but simple speakers. Tailgate openers here. Cup holders, okay, they are very nice. This part has been molded to fit bigger bottles. Okay, memory seats, auto lock and unlock, but in the passenger side you don't have. That's quite a problem. Okay, mirror lock button. So that's it for the draw card. And now let's jump to the interior of this car. First of all, powered seats. Okay, love it. The material of this thing is chrome. Okay, so it's really nice. And then you have this tie support thing. Okay, BMW door sills there. So let's jump in. So the first thing you notice is gear knob, and this whole thing, it is a brand new thing for BMW. After the development of the H series, BMW decided to do this modular concept. So if you buy the right hand drive version or left hand right version, this thing will stay here. So very a cost saving method. Unlike the previous one where the iDrive system is located there, the gear knob is located in the other side. But this time around, even the start stop button, all car controls buttons is situated over here. So which means it's very easy to maneuver your car. And then the second thing is, if you notice this part, the aluminium trim. Okay, so this is a very this part just creates a lot of glare when you drive under the sun. So this part is quite but the material is very good. The material is really good, and it's quite a mix of material. But this part, plastic. Okay, so you put your foot here, it will be quite painful. But this part is quite rubberized. The only thing is this part. Okay, but it's not that cheap. Okay, and then these buttons, look at this. As I run through my fingers, this thing just controls with me together. So this is what ideology of BMWs. 15 years ago they invented this with the F10, and this thing just all over just came here. The volume buttons now is good. Okay, but surprisingly this part is blacked out. I don't know what for this. This gear knob feels totally different compared to the X3 that I reviewed. This thing feels quite downgraded compared to the X3. And the iDrive controller, these are bigger down because you can write some things in this thing. So it's really good. And then all shortcut buttons is here. Okay, Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro. You don't have Sport Plus in this car, which is, look at this part has been blacked down. So obviously we'll have the Sport Plus thing, but they have discontinued it. And then aircon controls. This is exactly the same thing from the 8 series. Okay, they made this part adaptable, and this aircon vents. Okay, very high quality. This part is chrome, and suddenly you have plastics, which is quite weird. Okay, this part aluminium, very nice. This part is chrome, and then ambient lighting situated over here, very. This part PU soft touch. Okay, very nice. And then obviously we have this floating screen. I have started the car. Look at this panel, it shows the aircon, and the screen. Obviously they have shrink down. This is a cost cutting option, 8.8 inch, but it's not that small. Okay, it's still reasonable. And this screen is iDrive 6, not the 7, but I love this compared to the iDrive 7, which is quite very straightforward. This is colorful. The meter, if you ask me, this meter is still good. Okay, but it's not the what we saw early on, the analog and combination. But the new 2021 after onwards, February, they have brought in the 218i Grand Coupe instrument panel. Okay, but this one is still, you have the rings, and then there's nothing much of colorful thing. But okay, it's because this era everything is digital. This is still okay. Okay, the screens. Okay, let me bring you to navigation and show you how is this. Very fast. And then this is the best. Okay, of course you don't have voice command settings. Okay, but of course, okay, this I can control it in the iDrive. You can go to home, and then it's very simple to communicate with the car. And then my vehicle, if you press here, everything will come out here. Okay, honors and book, everything is here. Ambient lighting. Okay, this part is the ambient lighting, 6 colors. Okay, as I open the door, a warning lights will come on. So it's a really nice stuff. Okay, auto lock and unlock, memory seats. The seats, they feel very plush, very plush. Okay, very usable, and then yep, the seats feels very dynamic, sporty. SOS buttons. This is the part of the BMW connected drive. Okay, this part, instead of the knobs, they replace it with this original buttons. Okay, so yep, the steering wheel. How does this thing feel? Okay, this thing feels very good. The steering wheel feels really nice, grippy. The material is nice. You have this pedal shifter. Okay, so yep, that's it. Very thick. And yep, compartment over here. Okay, you put digital key, you can start the car. Very simple. Okay, now the most important part is this 3 Series is spacious enough when you compare it with the previous generations of the C class. Let's do it right now. The most important part, rear seats. Let's jump in. Okay, ambient light strip here. This is Hofmeister King doors. Very good. Okay, now I am 168 cm. Okay, I can fit in this car. Very good, very good. Compared to the C class, you have more space. Okay, and additional stops, including this 3-zone climate control, 2 USB port, 1 12-volt socket. But this part, the material. Okay, blue color I think is here. I love this Hofmeister King door handles. This is a hallmark of BMW. This part fits very good. However, this part is also plastic. You have nettings. Okay, the C class has more luxurious premium feel. You have this. They don't have any nettings. Speakers. This is really nice, spacious. This cute lights is here. They're very nice. You don't have rear sunblind, but in terms of rear seats, in terms of how the system operates, is a really usable rear seats. Okay, you can fold the seats from here. Okay, 2 cup holders, BMW's class seatings. The seats really feel very good. Okay, the seats are something. Even the middle seats, but this tunnel, they have been lowered down compared to the F30. Boot can be opened right now. This don't come with power boot, but you have hands-free access. Okay, this is the boot. 480 liters, same as the W205 C class. Okay, very usable. And under here you don't have any spare tires. Instead there's some compartments, nettings. Okay, there's nettings, and then safety aid kits. All is here. This part is carpeted in a very high quality material. Of course, the big deal is you can now fold the seats, because the F30 generation you can't do it. So you have more space into it. This part is okay, regular plastics. Okay, this part, the safety systems, and then yep, very highly carpeted. So it's a very good thing. And so guys, that's it for the G20.